Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. Quick shout out to my newest patron, Trip T. Thank you for choosing to support the channel. First up, Tesla has dropped the price of its wall connector from $400 down to $350. And yes, it's the same price on the Best Buy website. Last night, we did get a Form 4 telling us that Elon did sell some more shares between December 12th and the 14th, Monday through Wednesday of this week. Total 21.9 million shares, average price around $163. Total value sold around $3.6 billion. So for all of 2022, we have Elon's Tesla stock sales. He has sold over 93 million shares at an average weighted price of $244 for a total liquidation value of just south of $23 billion. Now, if you think your Tesla stock portfolio looks rough for 2022, look at Elon's. At the end of 2021, he owned 531 million shares, and on the last trading day of 2021, the price closed at $352, so he owned $187 billion worth of Tesla stock. Fast forward to today, and now Elon owns 423.6 million shares. The price today is $156, and that's a total of $66.1 billion, aka he has lost 64% of his Tesla stock value so far this year between the share price depreciation and him selling. In terms of raw share count compared to the end of 2021, now Elon owns 20% less shares than he did at the time. And finally, if we take the diluted shares outstanding of 3.468 billion for Tesla right now, times the current share price, that gives us our market cap. So Elon's current percent ownership of Tesla stock currently sits in the neighborhood of 12%. If we look at Tesla's stock chart year to date, I put on the yellow lines to have the starting window for these 4 periods of Elon selling this year. And this year, basically, the shorts and the algorithms have been having a field day with all of the macro issues and Elon selling. So we had this rally earlier, and when Elon sold the most Tesla stock, it was around $8.5 billion. Push it right back down. Next time around, we have a little rally, and then Elon sells $7 billion of Tesla and starts this new downtrend. A small rally, Elon sells, small rally, and then Elon sells again. To anybody out there that may be feeling a little betrayed by Elon, thinking he wasn't going to sell again, I would just encourage you to remember that we're all human and all of our plans and circumstances change all the time. I know personally I've had many plans that never came to fruition, not because I didn't have genuine intent at the time, but it's just, again, circumstances and opportunities change and differ, so that's just how life goes. Point being, as a Tesla investor, you have to be aware that this type of stuff can happen at any time, no matter what Elon or anybody else says. As far as why Elon sold, just my speculation, but the most obvious answer to me seems like he just wants to pay off some of this high interest Twitter debt. And as the lovely Alexandra pointed out, the S&P will be rebalancing this Friday, which means there may be some more Tesla sales ahead. Probably nothing major, but if you see some odd trading activity, that could be part of it. Just quickly, I hope all of you know I have great respect for both Dan Ives and Gary Black. But as of late, if you've been watching, they really have been the ones stirring the water about this brand deterioration and all of these short-term headwinds and noises kind of stirring people up. Well, you have to remember they both manage funds that own Tesla stock. They have their own yearly performance goals. They have their own clients that they have to explain their investment rationales to. So naturally, in the short term, they're heavily incentivized for Tesla to do things like a stock buyback that will help the share price in the short term. It's absolutely nothing personal and not even necessarily a negative on them. It's just the situation that they are in. Then we have people like myself and Jason who don't have to answer to any client, so we can think a little bit differently about Tesla stock. Jason said, "I'm glad we have a CEO that doesn't care much about the short-term stock price. Honestly, it's a great way to shake off weak employees and investors. It also means that Elon is in control of Tesla, not Wall Street. We're not sacrificing long-term growth for short-term rewards. This is very important." But to be clear, yes, both Gary Black and Dan Ives are excellent and valuable additions to the Tesla stock community. Gary was on CNBC this morning. He did a great job of condensing the main points in a short amount of time. This video link will be below. I also wanted to highlight one quick thing from the latest CFRA note on Tesla stock. They say, our 12-month target of $300 is based on 44 times our 2024 EPS estimate of $6.80. So look, I guess it's possible that they meant to say 2023 EPS because this estimate of $6.80 is lower than Gary Black, who's just north of $7 for 2023. They have this $6.80 for 2024. But I'm sharing this because it's good to have an idea of what Wall Street is thinking in terms of valuation multiples. You guys know I'm a sucker for Tesla solar roof pictures and drone videos. Something that I'm adding to that list lately, watching Tesla supercharger prefab installations. This one from Drive Tesla Canada. This is one of those things 99 out of 100 people on the street will have zero idea about, but in the long term, it's how Tesla is continuing to build its lead. I want to tell you guys a quick story. So I easily have over 100 plus different accounts and logins for various websites and services. About 2 years ago, I lost all of them due to the software that I was using. So of course, then I set out on a path to make sure that would never happen again. And after some serious research, I landed on NordPass. Fast forward to today, and they're the sponsor of this video. It's honestly simple though. If you have more than 3 or 4 different logins, a few credit cards, and a few secure notes, a password manager can be an absolute game changer. Rule number 1, do not use the same password over and over. It's a bigger risk than you may think. With NordPass, you can use the auto-generate password tool as you sign up for new accounts, and all of the login information will save for you automatically. Anytime you need to log into a website across your devices, you can just click these NordPass icons that appear automatically, and within seconds, you'll be logged in. This feature alone saves me so much time and frustration guessing passwords and sometimes getting locked out. Those days are over. So if you want one secure source to store all of your sensitive data, NordPass really has been amazing for me, so I think it's at least worth a shot. You can check out nordpass.com/electrified, use my coupon code electrified to get the best 2-year plan offer plus 1 extra month for free. Linked below. All right, everybody, this one would classify as a breaking news story. You may remember, summer of this year, Elon said, we are looking at sites for the next Gigafactory, but we're considering some site options more broadly in North America, including Canada and Mexico, as well as the US. Then, in October of this year, Elon went to Nuevo Leon to meet with Mariana Rodriguez. Also this summer, Tesla got a new exclusive lane at the US-Mexico border crossing. Nuevo Leon state has a lane solely for Tesla and its suppliers. Tesla had struck a deal with one of Mexico's most pro-business states, and Tesla suppliers now have a dedicated lane at the Colombia Solidarity checkpoint to quicken the crossing, according to the economy minister of Nuevo Leon. Nuevo Leon borders the United States for about 10 miles. The state is home to at least 6 suppliers for Tesla, up from 0 companies tied to Tesla before 2021. And today we have this from Milenio, which is a pretty big news publication in Mexico, saying, Tesla and Nuevo Leon plan to announce the arrival of a plant at the beginning of 2023 in Santa Catarina, which yes, is in Nuevo Leon. Apparently right now, Tesla and Elon are just finalizing the last details of this deal with Nuevo Leon for this factory that they'll announce in Q1. According to Milenio sources, they're saying that Tesla has already purchased the land for this factory, but there have been confidentiality agreements that have been signed, so we can't actually see this in the public record. To that, the source said, I don't think it's still in the name of the company, meaning Tesla could have purchased this land under a different name to keep it confidential. The governor said he can't tell us much, but he can tell us that historic investments are coming for Nuevo Leon. They will be the largest investments in the history of the country. Here is Nuevo Leon on a map. And specifically, here is Santa Catarina, which again is in Nuevo Leon, and it's about a 7-hour drive to Giga, Texas. I do have to say, I've been covering Tesla closely and long enough to know that this is not yet a done deal. There have been things like this where they're still refining the last minute details and it ends up not working out. So it's not 100% set in stone. However, at this point, looking at all of the tea leaves leading up to today, it seems pretty likely. What this plant would be for, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. Moving on, here we have another quick blurb from Beijing News and Shell Finance saying that Tesla will be producing at full capacity as they head to the end of December, thanks to some of the liberalization of policies, the relaxation of this COVID-0 policy, opening up the economy. So this may just be referring to suppliers and things generally at the factory, not specifically for that factory shutdown the last week of December, but wanted to pass it along. A lot of you know I'm not the biggest fan of Consumer Reports and all of these survey reliability studies, but this time around, the Model 3 came in second as the most reliable EV on the market, bested only by the Kia EV6, which is very new, so we still need more real-world data on that one. Third place, second generation Nissan Leaf. Another great one from Mathias. He said Tesla outgrew every automaker from January through November of this year in the European Auto Manufacturer Association. 9 out of 31 or 29% of those auto brands managed to grow year over year, but the industry average was down 5.8%. Meanwhile, Tesla grew sales 31.5% year over year. Here it is for my visual learners. This right here is definitely not cool. Basically, there was a stalker that thought a car had Elon in it. It was actually carrying his son, little X, and this person stopped the car and ended up climbing on the hood of the car. It should go without saying, but we need to protect Elon at all costs and spread love, not hate. And in another very exciting news item for Tesla today, they have just announced the all-new Tesla Electric. It's only for select customers so far in Texas, but it is coming to other states soon. This is exactly what it sounds like, an electricity plan designed for Powerwall owners, and even better if you have solar. By sharing your energy with the grid, whether it's generated from solar or just stored in Powerwall, you can support the community and earn credit back on your electricity bill. Once enrolled, Tesla Electric members can monitor the flow of electricity to and from their home and the sources their electricity is being generated from in real time. Tesla Electric members can also see what rate they will pay for the electricity they use and what rate they'll be credited when selling that power to the grid. So if you have this retail choice in Texas, Tesla is saying on average, Tesla Electric members have the potential to earn over 50% more in credits on their electricity bills compared to similar plans. So in the mobile app, it will tell you in real time what the rates are for both buying and selling some of this energy back to the grid, whether that energy was excess stored from solar or by discharging energy stored in the Powerwall. Of course, everything is fully integrated into the Tesla app, and Tesla powers your home with 100% Texas-generated clean energy you can monitor remotely 24/7. If you're eligible and in the area, I'll have this link below. And according to Alex, the mobile app product head at Tesla, he said it's a pretty competitive rate offer. It has peak pricing structure, but Powerwall and Tesla Electric mode are your buffer to avoid peak prices. And for me, as a nerd, somebody who loves data and learning in general, I think this is awesome. Alex said, the best part of all, you can see the community power flow real time, including Tesla's sustainable power sources in Texas feeding your home. It's just so clear to me that all of this is absolutely the way forward. I can't wait to see this roll out to more places because yes, one day I would love to have something like this on my home. Just real quick, Giga Texas currently celebrating making 3,000 Model Ys for the week. Job well done. And we also have news according to Tesla North stemming from a Tesla store in Tampa Bay. Tesla is offering 10,000 miles of free supercharging if you take delivery between now and the end of the year. They say the supercharging miles are good for 2 years and the perk is on top of the current price adjustment on orders that was $3,750. But remember, that was for inventory vehicles only. So at this point, this reporting is not making it clear if these 10,000 supercharging miles are for inventory vehicles or all new vehicles, as this seems to be breaking right now, so I can't say for sure. It looks like Ford has increased the base price of the F-150 Lightning, so now the entry price is $56,000. You may remember when they launched this vehicle, the starting price was $41,000. As far as I can tell, all of the other variants have stayed at the same price. It's just the base model getting the boost. And we got some more confirmation of these new upcoming brands from BYD. They plan to launch a new professional and personal electric car brand in 2023. This will be in addition to the other new brand, Yang Wang, that we talked about earlier this week, a premium brand that's set to launch in Q1 2023. So far, BYD has sold cars to 35 countries outside of China, and maybe one day in the US as well. Don't forget, check out NordPass linked below. Take advantage of that offer. I honestly use it almost hourly and definitely daily. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Please like the video if you did, and a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.